I really don't understand what's happening anymore. This has to be a new level of psych warfare. This is something outside of the medical books, the psychology books. This is some sort of, fourth, fifth branch military psychological, war. It has to be, because this is you think that you have a grip on what's happening, and it changes so fast, and then you're like, this can't get any crazier. Then 12 to 15, 24 hours later, it does get crazier. And then you ask yourself, are not people intelligent enough to see what's happening? Or are they so consumed with the Black Mirrors and their life and the television and must-see TV and whatever else they have going? Because I actually mentioned that a while back. I used to reference the labor, what was it? The government's labor stats, the labor and statistics or something, I forget. But I'm big on numbers. I'm big on facts, logic, stats. And a few years ago, it was around 20 minutes. What was it? 20 minutes or 2 hours? I forget. But it wasn't that long. Like, I think it was 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes or something. But, they figure out the average person. This is when you sleep. This is when you get up. This is you have breakfast. This is when you have time with your family. This is when you go to work. This is your commute time, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the day, you finally have your few hours to yourself. And that number over the years has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And the way the economy's gone, where they've downsized, but, operations haven't downsized. They've actually expanded, but they want people to do, like, they combine 3 jobs into one person. I've actually been through this 3 times in corporate America. That, we had a department that took care of this, but they're gone. Now you guys take care of this. So now you have to do the job you were hired to do, and you have to do the job they were doing. We're just going to add it on top. We'll pay you an extra $2 an hour, whatever. But it's the same thing. Like when you used to be able to go for a job and specialize in one thing, but now that's not good enough. They want, you got to be knowledgeable in this, and that. If not, go back to school and try again. So, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's early morning, Tuesday, June the 16th. And my mind is pancake batter at this point. I can't understand. You can see the screen here. The future of America. This is RT. CHAZ, which I just found out a few hours ago, has now changed their name to Chopped, or CHOP, CHOP. It was CHAZ, now it's CHOP. And they have these activists with megaphones talking about the French Revolution, to which there was beheadings in the French Revolution. So, like, what is literally going on? And, like, what are people thinking? Do they care? They don't care. It doesn't affect me. I don't live there. Who cares? Like, I'm busy watching porn. Like, what is wrong with people? Why aren't people screaming at the top of their lungs? Like, please, what is wrong? What is wrong? What's going on? Like, is this some mental derangement that only selected people are either have or notice, or is this normal? Do you think this is normal? Like, what is going on? This is literally like a episode of The Twilight Zone. But anyway, CHAZ calls on all whites to pay black people $10 each Future of America, CHAZ calls on all whites to pay black people $10 each. Okay. Okay. Let me run this past you, if you can hear my voice, okay? If I'm a white man, if I'm one of the whites, I'm a white. That's what this article says. Calls on the whites to pay black people $10 each. Okay, I'm the white. That's what you call me. That's what I am. And I have to identify with that, I guess so, because I look at my skin and there's not too much melanin in it. So everything that the controllers have created around me, all of their media, tells me that I am white. So I better listen and get my wallet out. Okay, so if I'm a white man, I'm the white, then aren't you the black man, the black people? I'm the white people. You are the black people. There is no, I'm Tim and you're Jim, or I'm Tom and you're Barb. There is none of that. I'm the white, you're the black. So let me take this a step further, okay? If I'm the white, then I must also be the white supremacy, right? I have personal experience with this. I've been accused this. I've been labeled this. I have fought this. I was blindsided by this type of labeling. I never knew this existed until I came to YouTube. I lived my whole life essentially as a person with black friends, white friends. It doesn't really, there was really never, I mean, I know what racism is and I knew that it, existed. I still believe that racism is for stupid people because, again, we're talking stupid now. White, black. I'm white, you're black, right? But again, I have personal experience with this because I've been accused of being a racist. I've been accused of being a white supremacist, all in the last few years, 4 years or so on YouTube. And I used to fight it. Actually, at first it shocked me. Then it was like disbelief. Then I tried to be like, oh yeah, but it's just a weapon. These people are using labeling, words as a weapon. Then I realized it's a very effective weapon. It is a very, very, very effective weapon. Like I could say, and again, this is just all an example. I could say sniveling, sneaky, cunning, rubbing your hands together, greedy. I could say all those things about somebody, or I could just say Jew. And that's when they coil up. That's when you're an anti-Semite. That's when you're, that's the label. It's nothing, nothing what other people believe. It's once you say those three letters, there goes your YouTube channel, there goes your career, there goes your job. These people control everything. Oh, you can't say that either. I'm just giving examples here, right? This is all, satire. Anyway, you're black. I'm a whitey, you're a blackie, you're a Jew. This is all just labeling. This is how it works. I'm reading your headline, their headline, the headline. I've dealt with this. And I've gone through every emotion you could have until I realized what an effective weapon these labels are. And it's true. Because you can change people's complete perception with the word white, black, whatever else you want to use. But let me take this a step further. I'm the white, you're the black. Okay, so then I must be the white supremacy and you're the black oppressed. So with my white supremacy comes my white privilege, my what? My land, my plantation, my 100 acres of cotton fields, my house, the big house, my business, my horses, like what all comes with white supremacy. Because that's the Medea, that's the picture, that's the painting. I'm the white supremacy, and this is my white privilege along with everything I just mentioned. Then that must mean that you, because I got to pay somebody here $10, you are the black, you're the oppressed, you're the black oppressed. Now, we're not going to stop there, because just like my white privilege and my land and my plantation and my everything, then it must be you must be the violent, the lazy, the illiterate, drug dealing, drug addicted, welfare bum. Right? Right? Is that how the labels work? Do I need to recap all of this? You see how it works? You see how you're no longer Jim and I'm Tim, or I'm Tim and you're Barb. They're not. No. That's not the game we're playing here. That's not what the controllers want. Those aren't the strings they're pulling in our minds right now. They want labels. They want these labels to stick. And they've created the vision of what these labels are. Some of it's real. Most of it's not. A lot of it's not. But that's what they've created. That's the reality. We are farmers. Right? Just throw them around. No thought, no nothing, no who are you? Hey, why are you doing this? Hey, I liked your work on whatever. Hey, you got children? What are there? None of that. I'm the white, you're the black, right? But see, what happened is once I went through every emotion of this, and it wasn't until recently where I had people then close to me turn out to be hateful racists. They hate white people. And these are people that have been around me for literal years, personal conversations on the back end. But you get to have previews of their mind. And when they're giving a scenario of any scenario they could give on the planet, they have a rape fantasy about white women, which whatever. We've covered that recently too. That's androvicizing. That is a war technique, is destroying the women. Just like white women can't be raped, right? Because they're the privilege, it's their land, it's their everything. So it's not rape, it's just a temporary lapse in their privilege, right? Right. People really need to stop and think about what's happening here. What happened for me is I literally said to myself, I will no longer be defined by people who hate me. And these same people don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They have no idea the experiences I've had, what my life is, and vice versa. I don't know you. But if we continue down this road, I'm the white, you're the black. But people really better stop and think about what's happening here and who is controlling this and why. Who is deciding what is being printed? Who is deciding what is being broadcast? And it goes out to all of the black mirrors. The black mirrors in your home, the black mirrors in the palm of your hand. Because I'm going to tell you something. We are being played off against each other. There are thousands of reasons. But we're so deep into this that now when you start speaking truth, it's now considered hate speech. And they have laws. They've been able to get so deep into this that by the time they're ready to say, oh, here's the hand I'm holding, they've gotten everybody surrounded. Truth is the new hate speech. And that's like this channel. I will eventually lose this channel because I'm telling the fucking truth. And I learned a long time ago, if you really want to hurt someone, all you got to do is tell them the truth. Tell them the truth about themselves. Tell them the truth about their actions. Tell them the truth of how their actions affected you or somebody else. Give them the ramifications. That's how you really hurt someone. You just tell them the truth. And these people have so much control at this point, and everybody's been asleep at the switch and bribed and manipulated by these people. They can now just say, hate speech, shut it out, turn it off, there it goes, bye-bye. Truth is the new hate speech. Logic, truth, facts, verifiable information, verifiable data. That's all being pushed off to the side. No. That's got to go under the rug. We got to keep people angry. We got to keep them engaged. We have to keep them confused. We got to keep them hurt if we can. We got to keep them in a state of total emotional rationalizing, with irrational actions tied to it. Do you understand what I just said? We got to keep people in a constant state of total emotional rationalizing that's causing irrational behavior. And I'm here to tell you that this is a very, 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 very dangerous game that's being played. And this is a very, very dangerous place to be. Because I can assure you this, I'll promise you this. And you can pat it, flip it, mark it with a B, put it in the oven for baby and me. I'm telling you something. There are millions of us that are woke, that are aware, that are not blind, and we're ready. We're so ready, we're pacing back and forth and back and forth. And we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the very first sign or the very last straw. And it's go. Now. Go. And I also know that there are millions of you that have no idea what's coming. Your Merlin, your data, your tables, your graphs, they cannot predict what's going to happen. Because as much as you want to pretend to be a soul-having human, as much as you want to pretend to convince everybody that your fake paper fiat currency is God, as much as you manipulate and try to coerce people with your black mirrors and your lies and your filth and your blasphemy, is as much as you can't predict what's about to happen. Because people are so smart at this point, they know what to say and what not to say and what to do and what not to do. But they're pacing right by the window. They're watching everything. But you better stop. And I'm talking about everybody that can hear my voice. You better stop. You better really step back take a breath and really think about what you're doing, what your involvement is in this, and how far you are willing to go, and how far you are willing to go much deeper down into the depth of how far this is going to go. The lengths you are willing to go. And you better really decide what you can put on the table to lose. An arm, a leg, a hand, a finger, an eye, a mind, a life. Because this is where it's going. And they are using their media to make sure that we stay on the edge in a constant state of emotional confusion. Making irrational decisions. But they are making sure that the flames continue to burn. It's up to you. But I can tell you this, before you blame somebody else for the way your life is, before you start taking again this easy racism way out, like, oh yeah, that's what it is. It's the systematic racism, but there is no, the data doesn't show that. That's all in your mind. It's not real. There is no systematic racism. There are racist people. Racism happens to every tribe on this planet. But the white police hunting black men and killing them hour after hour after hour after hour after hour after hour is a retarded illusion, and it's a delusion. Stop blaming somebody else for your life and what you've done. Look in the mirror, look in their black mirror, and ask, what could I do right now to change the outcome of the remainder of my life? And there's a lot of things I know a lot of you can do. Start lifting weights, start walking, run if you can. Stop fucking smoking. Quit smoking their chemical weapon. Stop smoking dope, or so much of it that you're in a coma all day long for more alpha wave, induced mind control. Whatever you want. Keep being a mental slave, playing your little games at 30, 40 years old in your $1 million fake car with $1 million fake money, running around in your fake city, beating up fake people, sitting on the, in an office building that you don't own, that's not real, it's digital pixels. But that's your life. Your brain doesn't know much better because you're so mentally ill and you're so mentally deranged from the dope and the weaponized weed that, your mind is so slow that your mind can't even tell the difference anymore. Read a book, educate yourself, learn something. Spend the time to learn something. Because this racist, white, systematic destruction of Black America only exist in their media. Medea, the goddess, the enchantress. Medea. It's not real. Ask Barack Obama if the systematic white, suppressive, dangerous, can't leave your house, cops kill every black man they see, racism exists in this country. Ask Robert Smith, one of the richest men in the world. Ask Michael Jordan. Ask what's his name? Mike Ndinga. Isabel DeSantos, Oprah Winfrey. Ask them. Will Smith. Ask them. Patrice Motsepe. Ask him. Ask them all. Does it exist? They'll laugh right in your face and say, son, do you have a father? No. Son, have you read a book recently? No. Son, have you ever tried to get education, a trade? How was your school? Did you pay attention? No. What kind of music you listen to? Are you listening to uplifting, spiritual music? No. That's the 223, 24, what is it, maybe 230 black federal judges in the federal court system. Ask them about the systematic white power. They gotta kill. That's why the police exist. We can't pile the bodies high enough. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so sick of the manipulation. And now this, future of America. CHAZ calls on all whites to pay black people $10 each. Going out to the streets to support Black Lives Matter isn't enough anymore. If you're white and you want to remain in the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, the zeitgeist of $150,000 to $75,000 average Jewish utopia, which I just recently found out, and we're going to go over that. Actually, let's cover this right now. Let's see here. In looking into Capitol Hill, because when I was looking at that map, I was really looking at it right before I hit record, and I seen a lot of like Chabad this and Shabbat that and synagogue this and that. I'm like, what is this like a Jewish utopia? Is this Little Israel or something? Look at my last couple videos. 80% white people, or unmelanated, I should say, because Jewish people can't stand when you call them white. They go insane. They will yell at you, yeah, I'm not white, I'm Jewish. Okay. Well, tell the internet that so they can straighten the demographics. Oh, no, we can't say that. We can't. We got to hide. We hide everything. What's Mossad's motto? It's all about hiding and fucking whatever. In war, there's no truth. Like all this fucking deceptive shit. Jewish in Seattle. The magazine. Capitol Hill. The original. Best of Jewish neighborhoods. Features the best of Jewish neighborhoods. Capitol Hill is where it all started, from Temple de Hirsch in 1899 to the bustling Jewish life of the nearby Central District through the 1950s. And if you remember, when I went after the demographics, I said there's a lot of old money here. These people live here, they're born here, they thrive here, they die here, they live here, okay, and a lot of these $1 million houses, average $700,000, $500,000 houses, were built 70 years ago, 50. I mean, there's some new. Come on. You cannot hide forever. Take responsibility for what you are doing. I will take responsibility for what I am doing. But the days of you painting a target on my back are over. At least without me saying anything about it. All started in the 1950s. Why we picked it. Capitol Hill is where it all started. Look at the rainbow. Like Tel Aviv is Tel Aviv in Israel is the homosexual capital of the world. They say that in all the literature. It's the most sought after homosexual destination in the entire world, which is great. Little Israel right here. They paint rainbows on the streets. Capitol Hill is where it all started, from Temple de Hirsch in 1899 to the bustling Jewish life of nearby Central District, in proximity to downtown and I-90 with tons of character and nightlife. Fabulous! It's still an ideal place to put down roots. The Jewish population on the hill mixes families who've made their home there for decades, with millennials driving in droves for new opportunities. It's the home to Seattle's Jewish origins and to thousands of Jews who appreciate the community mix of artists and techies, students and families, parks, and of course, the convenient central location. Average home value $500,000. Like, what does that matter? You're talking about, like, nice. See? You see how it is? In bold at that. Because again, I'm looking close at the map and I see all this and I'm trying to work on my dialect, but it's like, and I really started looking into it. Velocity Dance Studio, the best kept secret, Ada's technical books. Oh, the best gallery, Vermilion. Gallery, did you guys have the McJesus there? You know, you Christian-loving Jews, did you have McJesus there? I mean, that's what you want the world to believe, but yet you do this to Jesus Christ. Controversial McJesus art sculpture is defended by Israel. And there's your Christian Zionist fat fuck Hagee. And just not in Israel. And you say about McJesus. It's perfectly acceptable to have Jesus Christ in an Israel museum painted like a clown. Perfectly acceptable. Right, Hagee? Pastor Hagee. Multi-million-dollar megachurch. Charlatan. Blaspheme. Keep bending people's minds around the agenda. Your Christian Zionist bullshit. Controversial McJesus art sculpture defended by Israel. Isn't that nice? Israel's Department of Justice was forced to intervene Tuesday in the controversy around a sculpture of McJesus. Jesus modeled as Ronald McDonald, a clown that angered Christians in the Holy Land. The Ministry of Culture, like the Ministry of Thought in America, and the Ministry of we run media and the fucking tech, so you're going to say and do what we tell you to. And we also train your police, the military police in Israel. The Israel military trains the police in America. That's all coming out. Can't hide that either. The Ministry of Culture threatened to defund the Haifa Museum of Art, where McJesus is displayed and where violent protest broke out last week. And see, what they're not telling you in this, because I remember this was a few years ago. What they're not telling you this is there was also Muslims that came out in protest against this. You know, them evil Muslims drop the bomb on them. America's men and women and children, you will give your children to the greater good. It's God's will to spend 18 years in a desert 10,000 miles away from America while it's circumvented and taken over and infiltrated, and their filth is just pumped into your new children while your old children die in the desert sand protecting them. Right? They're not telling you that. They're not telling you that the Muslims in the Middle East spoke out against this too. The same people we've been trying to be brainwashed for 18 years to hate. Right? Florida's Bible studies bill sparks clashes. Well, Florida is also the same state that's made it illegal to criticize Israel, and you can't boycott Israel. So yeah, but yeah, that's McJesus, right? There's galleries there, and there's Sugar Peel, and there's the best place to meet other Jews is Atlanta or something, with a bagel shop. There's synagogues and Jewish resources. Temple de Har Sinai, Bethel medieval synagogue, meditative synagogue, Capitol Hill, Minneapolis, Seattle Hebrew Academy, Chabad of Capitol Hill, and I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering this, and Chadima. This is all in Capitol Hill. This is all in Capitol Hill. Right? You know, people making $160,000 a year. Median age 36, no families, no nothing. There was a Christian pastor who went to the CHAZ, to these 6 blocks, and he was preaching, and they brutalized him. They got him in chokeholds. They're screaming at him, and then he was sexually assaulted by a homosexual who came up to him and started kissing him and saying, "How do you like that?" America, right? You better fucking wake up and understand what is happening, who is in control, and why they're doing what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Did you know they also believe that Adam and Eve isn't real, and Adua, whatever, was a hermaphrodite? And then that kind of starts the wheels turning about the transgender movement, and I don't know. I'm crazy. I don't know. We'll get into that. That's when I go live, okay? People are just enjoying themselves. Get insight into the life in Seattle's autonomous zone. So, yeah. So here, we're going to play this, and then we're done because I literally can't stand anymore. Let's listen to this. White guy.
Okay. I want you to find by the time you leave this autonomous zone, I want you to give $10 to one African American person.
I mean, how offensive? I mean, how much more offensive can this be? Like, let me draw the similarity here, okay? Stand outside of Walmart and say, every obese fat person that comes out of Walmart, I want you to give them a donut. And if you're black and you're listening to this and you think this is, I'm throwing up my fist, this is the movement, you're an idiot. And you're blind, man. You're blind. Lord, please open these people's hearts and minds. Please let them understand and see what's going on. My fist is still in the air. If you think this is the revolution, this is the new revolution, this is where it starts, right here, you're an idiot. Again, how much more offensive can this be? Go buy a dozen of donuts, stand outside of Walmart, and every person that's obese or fat, hand them a donut and say, here you go, fatty. Every kid under 7 years old, walk up to them and drop on a knee and hand them a lollipop. Every black person that you see that comes walking out of Walmart, flick a quarter, say, here you go, boy. Right? How is this any different? Tell me how this is different. These people were so disconnected from reality, and they're so fucking evil that they can't even conceive. Soulless. They can't even conceive how offensive this is. Just like Pelosi and all the Democrats with their Hefe scarves or whatever, daishiki scarves or whatever they were, that they got a box of them off Amazon and put them on a tax-paying government account. My fist is raised, right? Let's take her back a little bit.
Leave this autonomous zone. I want you to give $10 to one African American person from this autonomous zone. And if you find that's...
And this poor kid, man, like, Lord, please heal this kid. Put somebody in his life that's going to tell him the truth. Put somebody in his life that's going to tell him the truth. Give him a mentor. Look how lost. $10. $10 in exchange for what? Nothing's free, young man. You know what a token is? Do you know what a symbol is? $10. Like, are you fucking kidding me? One more. I just, this is so unreal to me. I almost feel like I can't. Like, I just feel like there's some purposeful trauma-inducing mind control that's happening right now. That's how unbelievably unreal this is to me.
Leave this autonomous zone. I want you to give $10 to one African American person from this autonomous zone. And if you find that's difficult, if you find it...
And let me be clear here. Every single person standing there, unless they were shipped in from very far away, are beyond privileged. These are white or Jewish, massively rich and privileged people. That the numbers don't lie. This is the third time I've gone over numbers. And I mean, even this kid standing here, like, look through the crowd. These are all white people. They're all probably close to millionaires. I mean, if you're making $150,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, average home, it said in that article in the magazine, $500,000, $600,000. I mean, how long is it going to take you to amass a mill or two? It's not that long. 10, 15 years, you got a nice meal sitting somewhere. But they're going to break you off $10, boy. Hey, next fat person that comes out of that door, yeah, just throw a donut. No. I want it to smash on the right side of their head. Yeah. Make sure it's vanilla cream. No. Wait. This would be better. Get a custard filled and a baseball mitt. Here's $15. Go buy a baseball mitt. Give me 1 second. I'm talking to my producer, Jen. Here's $15, Jen. Go buy a baseball mitt in the sporting section, if you're allowed in there. Go in the bakery, get a dozen of custard-filled donuts, okay? Buy whatever baseball hat there's in the discount out. You can flip it later on eBay for a good profit. That's it. Oh my God, please don't. Where's my mirror? Okay, I almost did it. Cove, listen, bro. Man, look how bloodshot your eyes are. You need to get some sleep. Yeah, looking bad, bud. I mean, not bad, but, you know, your eyes are a little bit bloodshot. But anyway, focus. You're getting way off track. You're mixing shows is what you're doing, okay? We talked about this on the last show, okay? Nobody wants to hear about, okay, these businesses. That's all on the last show. Stay focused. We're almost done. Again, you try to hit 20 minutes. Here it is, 40 minutes, and you're not even done yet. Okay, get it together, babe. Okay? All right, good. Alrighty. Jen, baseball glove, dozen of custard-filled donuts, get a cheap baseball hat. I want you to stand outside the exit every fat person that comes out on one of the little trolley, the motorized little scooters, I want you to wind back like you're on a pitcher mound, and I want you to whip a custard-filled donut off the side or back of their head, and I want to see custard spray everywhere. Okay? Thank you. And let's finish this video out here. Here we go.
It's hard for you to give $10 to people of color, to black people especially. You have to think really critically.
Okay.
Leave.
One rip. One whole rip. I'm sorry. Here we go. We're almost done.
Time you leave this autonomous zone, I want you to give $10 to one African American person from this autonomous zone. And if you find that's difficult, if you find it's hard for you to give $10 to people of color, to black people especially, you have to think really critically about, in the future, are you going to actually give up power and land and capital when you have it? If you have a hard time giving up $10, you got.
What the fuck is this? Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, I literally feel insane.
And land and capital when you have it. In the future, are you going to actually give up power and land and capital when you have it? If you have a hard time giving up $10, you got to think about, are you really down with this struggle? Are you really down with the movement? Because if that is a challenge for you, then I'm unsure if you're in the right place. So find an African American person. The white people, I see you. I see every single one of you.
That's all that's there are white people. I can't.
And I remember your faces.
What is this, a threat? See, now they're publicly shaming you. This is the collection plate at church. Here, Pat. Oh my God. What is going on?
You find that African American person and you give them $10. Cash App, Venmo, $10 in your pocket. That's my challenge to you. Do it.
Like, how disconnected from reality? Listen, I gotta wrap this up. I literally, I can't do it. I'm Covert Radio. If you want to support this type of media, please become a Patreon. If you want to come in at a lower rate, whatever, because I'm about to change everything. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna change. It's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, and the perks are gonna change a little bit. It's still gonna be the same stuff, just spread out differently. I'm probably gonna remove the general page and things like that for your own blog, because it's just too much work. And you know, if I end up and spend time on that, I'm not gonna have time for content. So, you know, you may want to wait. If you're even thinking about it, just wait maybe until the weekend or something, and I'll let you guys know when I have the new levels set up if you want to become a patron and help out. So other than that, yeah. I mean, please leave your thoughts. I mean, I have everything turned off now for comments. So if your comment still isn't getting through, I mean, again, this is our tech overlords. And I don't even think, I don't even know if this video is going to make it. I really don't. That's the amount of power that they have. But you can have people like Tommy Sotomayor talking about he wants to be the reason that black women are burned in the ovens of Auschwitz. He's made threats. He's sexualized children. Look up a video on my channel. Hashtag shut up, Tommy. It's like a black and white screen, says shut up, Tommy. Everything you hear, it's only like a 5-minute long video. Everything you hear on that video was recorded directly off of YouTube. But again, truth is the new hate speech. I'm Covert Radio. You guys take care. Have a good day.